of belief. So how could you sit here today and not have belief after what you've heard? And today is the day of the why. And what I love is that we're so multicultural today. We've got Sweden in the house, we've got Scotland in the house, we've got Canada in the house, we've got the United States of America, but all of us working together, one mission, one purpose, and to communicate that gift. So I know there are lots of you that this is your first time here. Welcome. This is our family home. Nice to meet brothers and sisters I haven't yet met. So I was introduced to this company 14 years ago, a little over 14 years. And I came as Victoria with some attitude and some skepticism, but was invited by somebody that I truly respected. He'd been in the industry a lot longer than I had. And he said, once, maybe twice in your life, if you're really lucky, something comes your way that can change your life forever with regard to your financial future while doing good in the world. And then he got really quiet. And he said, is this your first or your last time, and would you recognize it for what it was? Would you recognize it? If you had the most amazing opportunity that could change everything for good in your life, you'd have to work for it, but it would change everything. So you would have this dream life that many of us get to experience every single day. Would you recognize it? And I said, I don't know. Does marriage by association count? Because I married my husband. I met him when I was 17. I was right out of high school. He was right out of college. I was never going to get married. And I met him, and I thought, I fell in love head over heels, and we just celebrated, well, I guess this last summer was our 38th anniversary. So I guess it's worked. It's worked. It's still working. But he had turned down an opportunity. He was in the right place at the right time with a vehicle at the time that I don't care what country you're from, you probably have heard of this company that he was introduced to. I'm pretty sure. It was called Nike. Yes? So he was a star athlete, football track star, and it was his track coach who was one of the co-founders of that little company. And they invited him to take a look and become one of the first 10 investors in that company for $1,500. You guys, kind of like an LOI, right? So if he had invested his LOI, it's not the investment, it's the value of that investment and where it's going to lead you, right? So he looked many years later, because he did say no to that investment, and he said at the time, Paige, it's really easy to look back and say, what were you thinking? I mean, I ran marathons for 12 years. The only shoe that worked was a little, just do it, swoosh, just do it. And I'm thinking, I was a speech pathologist. I have a master's degree in speech pathology, so I taught stroke patients, head injured patients, how to say no, how to say words, how to speak, communicate, think, swallow safely. That's what I did. And I thought, I could have taught him to say yes. Just say yes. How hard would that have been? But here's what we learned. Being in the right place at the right time is magnificent. But it's irrelevant, other than it will teach you a very painful or valuable lesson unless you take action. So when Dan said, once, maybe twice in your life, would you recognize it? I thought, oh, I wasn't married to him then, but maybe, because all 10 of those investors became worth well over $100 million by saying yes and taking action. So I said, Paige, in the 70s, the trend was fitness. And when I got involved in this company, September 30th, 2002, it was anti-aging. I mean, for heaven's sakes, anti-aging and being able to prevent that which I saw in my patients. I saw some of the oldest 40 and 50-year-olds and some of the youngest 90-year-olds. And I learned it's not chronological age, it's lifestyle. It's what you do, it's what you put in your body, it's what you put in your head. And I learned from my patients. And so I thought, well, what if? What if? And so I followed. I came with my attitude and my skepticism, with my open mind and my heart. And I saw the leaders like the Jeff Macks and the Brent Brysons and the people who preceded me, Shumi Rue. The ones that I love with my heart, that are my brothers and my sisters on this mission that I follow. And I decided, after I looked at all the science and the double-blind clinicals, and I thought, okay, enough. You don't have to be the scientist. When you have 75 somewhat full-time scientists working with this company, crossing, a double-blind clinical crossover placebo-controlled studies, which mean nothing unless you're a doctor or a scientist, I thought, I don't have to know that. How nice is that? I can release, surrender, be coachable, and create an empire. And that's what I knew how to do. I found people I wanted to work with, and I hand-selected them, but I didn't get all bent up if they said no. I'd look at them and think, that's horrible for you. You don't get it, but I don't have time to try and convince you, because I'm going to go look for smarter people that are going to get this, and maybe you'll come on board later, or you're going to be in my downline so deep someday that you're going to say, I get it now. And I'm going, I know, but you'll remember that I offered it to you. And for me, this has never been about sales. People go, you're amazing at sales. No, I'm horrible at sales. I don't do sales. I've made a significant amount of money with this company, but it's a gift. It's a true gift that I offer from my heart to people, because you have everything you could possibly want. What part are you not interested in? Looking better, feeling better, having time freedom, having financial freedom, or having purpose in the world, or working with cool people and having fun and just laughing. So 2 years ago, thank you, 2 years ago, I got looking at what was happening in Europe with what's happening with social media. I got looking at what was happening in Asia with what was happening with social media, and what was happening with the millennials taking this and doing what we hadn't done with old school marketing. And I decided to learn. I decided, because I'm the consummate student, as we all are, the minute you stop learning, you die, right? So I thought, this is invigorating, this is scary, and one of my mantras is, do something every day that scares you. Hopefully not life-threatening, I mean, don't jump off a cliff, but do something that challenges you to get out of your comfort zone, because all of your goals, all of your huge dreams, the things that bring you to tears are outside of that comfort zone. So you need to be stretching to become that person that you are not yet, but you will evolve into. Some of the speakers you've heard from earlier today, I've watched them evolve. I've watched Derek grow up in this company, and I've watched him become one of the most powerful speakers in the industry. And it makes me so proud watching him. I've watched Rachel and the girls from Scotland, who I watched when they first started, and I applaud their success, but how fun on social media to be connecting in a different way and having things move so much faster, so that I can communicate in 10 different countries in one day, staying in my home. So what I want to try and impart to you right now is that when I grew up, my dad disappeared, and my mom was left to raise 3 girls. I was the oldest of 3 girls. And I remember when I married my husband and we wanted to start a family, he said, I want to have children. I said, I want to have children too, but I never want to look in my children's eyes and say, pick a less expensive dream because I can't afford to support that one. Our kids had grandiose plans, grandiose dreams. Both were very expensive. Our kids are psychologically unemployable. Our son is a world-class athlete, and our daughter is a large animal veterinarian. Both expensive habits, expensive things to do. But what happened with their mindset when you raise children in an entrepreneurial family is they don't become conformists. They think outside the box. I mean, Sierra went away to veterinary school and they told her that the average income for a veterinarian, now mind you, it's like $250,000 in student loans to get through. The average income for a large animal veterinarian is about $70,000 a year. And she said, a year? And her colleagues around her are thinking, well, what do you think? What do you think she's talking a month? And Sierra goes, yes. I know a lot of people that make a lot more than that a year. So what you have in front of you, believe in the power of what's been given today and what you're going to learn. You're not going to know it all instantly. I'm still learning, and I've been in the industry 23 years, learning the deal. But if you're patient and you listen to the people who've succeeded ahead of you, follow your mentors on Facebook, follow them on Instagram, see what they're doing. This is a game of follow the leader, but follow the leaders that are leading, that are doing it, that are living the lifestyle that you want to follow, because that will set you free. And then find the people you want to travel the world with, because I've done that. The people that I've chosen, who've chosen me back, we've traveled. We've traveled to 41 different countries around the world for free, travel for free. The company picks up the tab, and we learn, and we have this co-collaboration as we travel. It will bring you to tears with gratitude and appreciation when you understand the depth and the heart of who this is as a company. It will absolutely stun you. It does to me every day, and I've been here already 14 years, and there's not a day I don't wake up and realize I can still talk. I still have the ability to get my message across. I'm still breathing, so I have a message to impart, and that's my pay it forward. That's my gift. You've been given that gift, and it's yours to have and to hold, but to share with the people that you believe in. Because someday, somebody believed in you, that's why you're here today at one point. So now you return the favor. So I just want to say happy holidays. I love you all. Merry Christmas. I look forward to meeting all of you and growing with all of you. Thank you.